Yep, how you doing? Today we're doing almost said Yakuza 3. Final Fantasy 14 side quests. Only got like this cluster left for this area. I'll do this later, doing them in order, or at least in area order. Anyway, let's get to it. Vitamin, food. You there, adventurer. You've the carriage of a woman upon whose time I might prevail. Those books there, you see them, yes? I would have you bear them to one of the students of Bailstone for me. Can't you carry them yourself? That would be ideal for all parties involved, wouldn't it? Alas, my political learning to prevent me from the most obvious solution. I'm a member of the Bibliopex, which I should think explanation enough. I and my colleagues have sworn to bear silent witness to the affairs of our world, recording all which comes to pass. The students of Beltesson, on the other hand, take a much more active approach in the affairs of our world. Needless to say, things between us are tense. I would spill trouble were I to be found delivering these tomes myself. My colleagues may well bar me from the archives entire, a punishment worse than death. Thus, I seek aid from one who can pass unnoticed. You. Right then, have a care and bring these to my Bailson co-conspirator. You'll find her in Loginston Alpha. I'll tell her it's a gift from a friendly researcher in Charlene Hamlet, will you? My word, look at all of this. Each book more valuable than the last. How in the world did you come by them? Given to me you by a researcher in Charlene Hamlet, you say, and meant as a gift from me. My mysterious benefactor is gracious indeed. It's a comfort to know that at least one person out there values our efforts in an ever-changing world. Do give my thanks to this charitable researcher next time you see them. The students of Bailston want only to keep our star state from that which threatens it. You would think that a noble cause, but some find us to be importunate, that we should mind our own business. Honestly, those people, if the world is gone, they'll have nothing to record. Ah, my name's covering his face up. You've returned. There we go. And without the books with which you departed, I assume that to mean they were delivered to the right hands. Thank you. As I mentioned before, we biblical texts keep to the wings of history's stage and take a fierce stance against any sort of involvement. We've a sworn duty to observe all which transpires, even as the world unravels before our very eyes. So dedicated are we to our goal, there is no realm in which we are not present. I too was once stationed abroad, in the Far East actually. It is where I caught wind of the students of Belsun, learned how they had become a symbol of hope for those fearing the final days. Savistier tells us that the knowledge is a gift, one that cannot be bestowed upon just anyone. It is only worthy who ought to wield its strength it provides. And I believe the students of Belsun worthy. If there is any justice left in this world, then that which our pens and papers have locked away is theirs by rights. Thank you for helping me put the fruits of our labor to good use. A moment, if I may. Have you heard of the winged familiars known as the Skaten? They are a marked talent for seeing in the dark, which has established them as the chosen watchbirds for some of the world's most important facilities. As it so happens, we in the Labyrinthos avail ourselves of their astonishing eyesight too. Day and night, our skatins keep close watch for any blackguards or nasty going-ons. However, such keenness of eyesight requires, for lack of a better term, upkeep, which comes in the form of a special eye drops. After all, what creature can sit unblinking and wide-eyed for days on end without help? So might I ask you to dole out said medication? How good of you to be so obliging. The Skatins are perceptive creatures in both sight and mind, and will take you instantly once they've known you've experienced your experience in caring for even one of their kind. That is why I recommend all those who deal with things of confidential nature to try their hand at treating the beady eyes of articulate familiars at least once. Near the northmost entrance you'll find the Skaten caretaker. She'll be only too glad to introduce you to our faithful watch owls. Yo, that's so fucking cool. You're the one who's come about the eye drops then. heard all about today's little exercise from Anija. Called me via link girl, you see. I told this old bird what was about to transpire, but still she seems a bit on her guard. Might be best to calm her down yourself. If you pat her gently, that ought to unruffle her feathers, figuratively and literally. The vigilant skin team continues her unwavering stare, but there is now a great deal less anxiety in her eyes than before. Think our friend here has realized you're no threat at all. But go on then, she's ready for the airdrops whenever you are. Why, she looks about ready to snuggle up to you, I'd say. Skatins have a mind like a steel trap and don't forget a face easily, so it's no problem if you were to walk past in completely different clothes. Takes more than a costume change to fool them, after all. If you don't mind me asking, you're friends with the dragoon, right? Surely looking Elsian Surly looking Elsian fellow, as I remember. I'm afraid the skate teams didn't take kindly of him. Damn near pecked his eyes out. This poor bird almost got a lance in her gullet for it. Luckily, your companion stopped himself when he did, but that doesn't mean the skate team is going to let bygones be bygones anytime soon. Let me tell you, bit of advice. He ought to watch himself if he's walking through these parts. In any case, your work here is done. The skate team's had her treatment, so go on and tell Amnesia as much. Good luck out there. Oh, and should you happen to see another skate team while you're about, give them a wave, alright? You've returned. Very good. Judging by the lack of scratch marks, you were successful in completing your task. No doubt the skate teams now know to treat you as a friend rather than foe. The skate teams do not stay long in any given location, but rather fly through labyrinthos, moving from perch to perch. Should you happen to see one, count yourself fortunate. It can be a rare sight. Though you may think them difficult to spot, trust that they are among us. They are watching always, ensuring that the knowledge we've acquired is kept from falling into the hands of those who would use it for nefarious ends. What an inspiration you are, to travel through the cosmos as you have. Tell me, all of your adventures when you've time, yes? Level 88. Am I not supposed to be here? Oh wait, I'll come back to that. Actually, I'm starting to fill up here. Sell some stuff. Yo, I got the your hog. Did I get anything else from your hog? Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Now I have inventory space. It's Yo, isn't it? I was about to head to Cole's Forge to drop something off, but I think you'd be more welcome than I. As it turns out, the recipient is something of an admirer of yours. I'm sure she'd be thrilled to have you make the delivery. Thank you. Here's the package, all set to be delivered to Volsandi. Hello, Hey, it's you, the one and only Yo. Am I dreaming? A delivery for me, but why would someone as famous and as important as you be delivering my package? Oh, now I'm just being rude. I must thank you properly. If only I had known you'd be coming, I could have prepared something for you. Silly me. There's something for you right here. This package contains a bottle of golden syrup. It's yours if you want it. It's an alchemical medicine to rejuvenate the wearied body. You must need something like that after running around and saving the entire world. I won't hear no from answers, so drink it down. You deserve it far more than I do. The medicine is much sweeter than you were expecting. It's delicious. I'm glad. I hope it nourishes your body along with pleasing your palate. That reminds me, I had your comrade try some as well. Graha try some as well. He seemed to quite enjoy it, said it was like drinking sweet ambrosia. I couldn't help but wonder what sort of medicine he had been forced to drink before. Anyway, I'm afraid that's all I have to offer you. I swear, if Swilliasm doesn't compensate you properly, I just might. Well, never mind that. Please take proper care of yourself out there. Make sure Swellian pays you properly. Charlian Hamlet. What a name. All finished then? She works herself too hard, that Wasandi. The medicine I sent her should be good for her. Though I must say, you're looking rather more chipper than when you left. What? She gave the syrup to you? Well, if that cheered her up, I suppose that's as good as any medicine. In any case, here's a little something as thanks for your help. Oh my, a conundrum indeed. What am I to do? Tell me what's wrong. Well, aren't you a kind sort to take an interest in a stranger's woes? It's my son, you see. He's a gleaner stationed in the Near East, and he's recently returned to deliver his procurements. I just received word from him a moment ago, asking me to meet him in the Archeon. Appar- yeah. Apparently, he has some sort of gift for me. Is that not thoughtful? In a stroke of ill luck, however, something urgent has come up, which I'm obliged to attend to. By the time I'm done with my business, I've little doubt my darling boy will already be gone, off on his next assignment to who knows where. So you see why I'm in a pickle, surely. As much as I want to, I can't claim the gift myself, but perhaps you could in my stead, if you've the time on your hands, that is. You do? Why, thank you. I will return you as soon as I am able, so let us meet here once you have taken receipt. of the present. Hold on a moment. I know you. Yes, you're Yo, the famous adventurer, are you not? To what do I owe the honor? Oh, my mother is busy, you say. That is most disheartening to hear. I want to tell her in person that she is now a grandmother newly made. My wife has borne us a healthy baby. I had written to share the news that we were expecting, but not that she had given birth. I had hoped to see the look on my mother's face when I told her of the happy event. It's quite alright. No, honestly, it is. She works tirelessly for the good of all. I can hardly blame her for being unable to come running at a moment's notice. It makes me proud, in fact, to think she is so important she cannot even spare a moment to see me. Hopefully she can spare a moment for this, though. Will you give this portrait to her? It's of me, my wife, and our newborn, her grandchild. Now then, I must be off. There is work to be done, and I am sure my mother would be proud to know her son is following her hard-working footsteps. What fortuitous timing. I've only just arrived myself, so what news from my son? What was it he was so eager to give me? Is this? Oh, goodness, it is, isn't it? It's a portrait of his family, and it includes my grandchild. Oh, how cherubic and darling. There's no baby more beautiful in all the world. And you and yours have given this little bundle of joy a chance to grow up happy and heal. Perhaps I'll go see their family once my research has slowed a bit. That would be nice, would it not? You made me happier than you could possibly know. Thank you, truly. It isn't much, I grant you, but here, something for your pains. Yeah, you go, Sprout. You're doing it. Alright. What luck. You are just the galleon sort I was in search of. You see, I whipped up an experimental new tincture, one that brings low a certain type of fiend. I had hoped a brave adventurer might test its efficiency for me in the field, and since you're here, perhaps you could fill that role. Good. Now then, about this solution of mine. With the help of some gleaners, I've crafted a concoction that can 10 or 8, even the hardest of seed casings, allow one to make allowing one to make quick work of the beasts. Or so my hypothesis goes anyway. Alas, my genius remains untested, and thus unproven. Which is where you come in. One so well versed in the ways of war should have no trouble at all verifying the tincture's efficiency, I should think. Based on the information I have ascertained, an oversized Birkin can be found wandering about to the west of Logskin Beta. Douse that statistics seed skiing in my newest maelstrom and bash it into a bloody pulp for me, would you? Pictomancer is so fun. Why, not a scratch on you. I take this to mean my serum did its job then? Is that so? Goodness, my genius is rather startling, isn't it? That was the tincture most hastily grown together. Myriad thought was put into it. At any rate, I thank you for your services rendered. Here, for your troubles. Well then, I must return to my pondering. These theories of mine won't hypothesize themselves. You succeeded in your mission with great aplomb. I thank you wholeheartedly, for without this star, where would I conduct my research? Oh my, the ways of Thalak are as mysterious as they are providential. To think a woman so robust as you would appear before me in our hour of need. If this is not divine intervention, I know not what is. I face a trial for which I am not equal, nor shall I ever be. It involves the capture of my most feared nemesis, tomatoes. You see, I can barely speak the vile beast's name without gorge rising. My gorge rising. You would do well to consider my offer, truly. I have money set aside, quite a bit of it, in fact. All you need to do is capture one of the vile vegetables. You'll find them near Merrill Agronomics, and they're quite hard to miss. Disgusting things they are. Ah. Well, were you able to capture one of those terrible tomatoes? Eat. Pardon me. Even in this sack, I cannot stomach the wretches, but better in than out, I suppose. At least I won't get it dastardously painful juices into anyone's eyes. You must be curious as to why tomatoes, maddened into violence, were running amok. Well, the truth is, a gleaner had showed a congeries of vegetables seeds to cultivate on the plantation, and a few of them are vermin managed to slip unnoticed. The soil was exceptionally fertile, by the looks of it, because the creatures proliferated with alarming ease, more so than anyone could have possibly guessed. And to provide this tale with an even stranger twist, the juices they squirted into my eyes had a salubrious effect. I no longer have need of my glasses. I can see with perfect clarity now. Though I was in a great deal of pain, mind you. Well, when life gives you tomatoes, make eye juice? Not that. No, that hasn't a very pithy ring to it at all. At any rate, your services have been most helpful. I will begin my research as soon as I am back in the laboratory. Yeah, before I forget, your reward. I intend to give a lecture regarding the similarities between the Loporrit's ears and mine. No, I'm not joking. I'm perfectly serious. Why? Oh, sorry, Cat. Let me let you up. Shut up. Let me let you up. May I borrow you a moment? I have a problem of martial nature, shall we say. See, my husband was looking for rather green around the gills when he left for work this morning. As much as I would like to check on them myself, I'm afraid my research is of such import I can't leave it unattended for any amount of time, which is why I must ask you to look in on him in my stead. You're like to find my darling saving away in Kokol's forge. If he hasn't been carted off to the infirmary yet, that is. He's a rather handsome man, whose garish red glasses make him hard to miss. Should you notice that he's under the weather, I ask that you provide him with this bitter, which will hopefully revitalize him. I'm sorry to lay such a burden on you, but I have no one else to whom I can entrust this. Please hurry, as I feel he'll kneel over before long. Oh dear, perhaps going into work was not the best decision after all. Oh my, that's much better. Thank you kindly, stranger. A weakness came over me quite suddenly, no doubt caused by a thinning of the blood or some such. That medicine is one of my wife's creations, is it not? I would know her alchemy anywhere. That must mean she enlisted your help to see it brought to me then, yes? I thought as much. So little gets past my better half, though I did my best to hide my fatigue. I myself am a researcher in Thamazin. Ah, that interests you, does it? Well then you will get a kick out of this. We are currently developing a new sort of alloy which, at the molecular level, contains psychosensitive materials such as dark matter. Wonders could work with such a marvelous metal. Imagine how much tighter controls could become were we to fit it into a cockpit. But I'm getting ahead of myself. At any rate, our work is researching its crescendo, and I wouldn't dare miss it even so much as a day of it. Would you be so kind as to tell my wife that there is no cause for concern? All she needs to know is that her pilfer works wonders. You spoke with my husband then, did you? How was he? Was he as unwell as I had feared? He was in terrible health, but it helped. I just knew it. What was that man thinking? To fight through such illness all so he can, what, go to work? Honestly. It's all well and good to wholly commit oneself to one's profession, but to do so at the expense of oneself, that's beyond the pale. You'll be getting an earful from me, that much I can assure you. I shudder to think what would have become of my husband had you not stepped in when you did. Though it's a trifle compared to what you deserve, I offer you this, to thank you for your help. Oh, one more quest and I can level up. Level 88. Yeah, I'm supposed to be here way later. Here, I thought I would... Yeah, the lockets around them. Level 88. Excuse me, but can I trouble you for a moment? I'm looking for someone, you see, and I was hoping you might help. I was due to receive a pair of beasts captured in St. Monclain's Arbitorium, but the gleaner who meant to make the delivery has yet to appear, and I've grown rather tired of waiting. I tried reaching him via link pearl, but to no avail. I'm tempted to go out and search for him myself, but what if he arrives and I'm not there? Here. So where would you be willing to find said gleaner for me? So would you be willing to find said gleaner for me? Reading. Thank you. He ought to be relatively easy to spot, I think, considering he's traveling with two mud-covered seedkin. Search west of here. I'll check around here, just to make sure he's not rounding the corner or some such. Should you find him before I do, hurry back here, will you? Thank goodness you're here. Robasta caught me by surprise. Gave me a nasty shock. But what are you doing all the way out here? Ah, of course. I support all this waiting. I suppose all this waiting would make anyone rather nervous. I'll give my apologies to the operator when I deliver these specimens. As for the specimens themselves, well, let's just say I'm rather surprised they're still in one piece. Despite being bathed in lightning, their earth alignment probably saved them, come to think of it. At any rate, thank you, kind stranger. Thought I would still be among the living if not for your aid. Right then, I had better get going. Don't want to keep the operator waiting any longer than he already has. There you are. I was wondering when I would see you again. The Gleaner told me everything that happened, how you got him out of the tight spot. He seems to have escaped largely unscathed, but the Churrigans are giving him a thorough inspection just in case. You may not know this, but there are actually a variety of procurors. Only these happen to be smeared in a unique type of mud originating from the Orbitorium. Judging by the look on your face, you already know this species, don't you? Yes, something tells me you're already quite intimate with the Orbitorium. Isn't it just a wonderful place? You must be wondering why I required those muddy little things. Well, I had a theory that their Earth alignment might prove to be of use in the amplification of said element. I had not expected such an unfortunate accident would come of my curiosity, though. Well, we're no, none of us we're none of us the worse for wear, so perhaps not that unfortunate. The Gleaner's still alive and kicking. And samples made it safely here. All thanks to you, of course. So all's well that's end well, yes? Nice. Hell yeah. Oh, I guess I just didn't update my set. Eighty, 78, 82, 80. Nice. So the only thing is the earrings. can't do that quest because I don't do quests that don't have guidance. I'll do one recording where I do all the quests that don't have guidance, or maybe a few of them, see if I can pull them off. But I think that's gonna do it for this one. Doing quests in an area that I'm way under level for, but luckily all the quests were how should I say, not combat oriented. Anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.